Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are tackling a big one, programming. We're going to pull back the curtain, get rid of all the scary jargon, and by the time we're done, you'll see it's not so complicated after all.
All right, so let's just jump right in with the most basic question there is. What is programming, really? This is square one. Everything else we talk about is going to build right on top of this.
You know, for a lot of us, when we hear the word programming, we picture something super complicated, right? Maybe even a little scary. You think of some genius hacker in a hoodie typing away at glowing green text, something totally out of reach.
But here's the thing. The actual core idea behind it all, it's way, way simpler than that. Honestly, we're going to cut through all that noise and get right down to what it really means.
Okay, so to really nail down what we mean by programming, let's use a super simple example. This should make it all click. And here it is, the big secret. All programming is, at its core, is giving a computer a list of instructions to get a specific job done. That's literally it. You're just the boss telling the computer what you want it to do. Let's make this even easier. Think about it like this. Imagine you're telling someone how to build a Lego set for you. You can't just say, build the spaceship. You have to give them every single step. But, and this is the important part, imagine that Lego builder has absolutely no brain, zero common sense. They can't figure anything out on their own. They will only do exactly what you say, word for word. And guess what? That's a perfect description of how a computer thinks. This quote really hits the nail on the head. Computers are incredibly powerful tools for sure, but they aren't smart in the way we are. All that power is just sitting there until we, the programmers, give it very, very specific directions.
Okay, so if a computer is like this super literal Lego builder that doesn't understand English, how in the world do we talk to it? Well, that brings us to the next big idea, building a bridge between our world and theirs. And this really shows you the problem we're trying to solve. Look, on one side, you've got human language. It's messy, it's based on context, it's complicated. And on the other side, you've got what the computer understands, machine language, just zeros and ones. That's it. Super efficient for a machine, but pretty much gibberish to us.
So how do we connect these two completely different worlds? That, my friends, is exactly what a programming language does. Think of it as a translator. We write our instructions in a language that makes sense to us, and the programming language translates it into the zeros and ones the computer needs.
Now, not all of these translators are the same. You have low-level languages that are really close to the zeros and ones. They're super powerful, but also super hard to write. And then you have high-level languages. Think something like Python, which are much, much closer to plain English. They do a lot more of the translation work for us, which makes our job way easier.
All right, that's enough theory for now. Let's talk about the real world. Where does all this programming stuff actually show up in our day-to-day lives? The short answer? Pretty much everywhere.
I mean, just think about your day. The apps on your phone? That's programming. The show you're streaming on your smart TV? Programming. The traffic lights that somehow keep cars from crashing all the time? Yep, that's code too. It's like the invisible engine running our entire modern world, from websites to video games.
And because it's everywhere, it means there are tons of different things you can do with programming. So let's say you decide to learn this stuff. What kind of cool things could you actually build?
Well, you've got options. You could get into web development and build the websites people use every day. Or maybe mobile development, creating that next killer app. Or you could be a data scientist who's like a detective finding secrets hidden in huge amounts of information. And that's not even mentioning game development or building the software that runs on our computers. It's a huge world.
Okay, so if any of that sounds cool to you, the next logical question is, all right, I'm interested. How do I even start? And the best part is, there's actually a really simple roadmap you can follow.
It really just boils down to 4 steps. First, figure out what part of it sounds fun to you. Web, mobile, games, just pick one. Second, learn the absolute basics. Things like algorithms, which is just a fancy word for a step-by-step recipe, and variables, which are just boxes to hold information. Third, pick a language that fits what you want to do. Something beginner-friendly like Python is a great choice. And fourth, and this is the most important one, just start building something. Anything. You learn by doing, not just by reading.
So why bother with all this? What makes programming such a big deal? Not just right now, but for the years to come. Let's zoom out and look at the big picture.
Well, for one thing, let's be practical. The demand for people who can code is through the roof, in pretty much every industry you can think of. That means great job security, and yeah, the salaries are pretty nice too. It's a skill that just opens up so many doors. But it's not just about the job. On a deeper level, programming is really about solving puzzles. It's about finding clever ways to make life easier, to automate boring stuff, to tackle huge challenges, and to build things that help people. It's a creative tool.
And getting started has never been easier. Take a language like Python, which is known for being really simple to learn. This statistic is wild. 80% of developers use it. That just goes to show you don't have to master the most difficult thing out there to start building really cool, powerful stuff. So there you have it. We've gone from the basic idea of just giving instructions all the way to how it shapes the world around us. And that leaves us with just one question for you. Now that you see what it's really all about, could you be the next programmer? Thanks for tuning in.